Time now is 2:36 p.m. on August 31st, day 112. Also, my first day of college, but I don't consider that because my first class actually starts at 11 p.m. until midnight, 12:20. So anyways, I made an Instagram story like, oh, I'm going to college first class, and then Mary saw it. Because Mary, she selectively sees Instagram stories. She just goes, if she's free, then she goes through all the Instagram stories. If she's not, then she just, I guess, looks at the first few accounts that pop up on the top. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I really don't know. At around 5, I am going to leave, which is, 2.5 hours later. And, I also need a webcam for my laptop, so I'm gonna set that up very soon. In the meantime, I'm gonna watch a couple of episodes from 13 Reasons Why. And, yeah. Okay, so I received an email earlier today, and, it's about Media 20. Which is the class that I took, and I'm honestly a little bit skeptical, because when I checked the classes list, it shows that Media 20 is not full, meaning that it's not a very popular class. So I don't know if joining Media 20 or Media in short form class, I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's a really good choice or not. Personally, so the instructor, the professor, the teacher, he has an IMDb profile, and I clicked onto it, and it's not a bad profile at all. I mean, he was like the assistant director for some TV shows, and he was like some producer in some other small movies. None of them are like, crazy big or good, but it's still not bad, not a bad portfolio at all, I'd say. And the contents of the class is about how to produce like a PSA or a commercial. So it's like me studying this class is basically me trying to learn what's going on in the studio side of things, which isn't really my kind of thing. I'm either in front of the camera as an actor or behind the camera as a part of the crew, not behind the crew as a studio guy. That's not really my thing, so I don't really know. But maybe I'll learn something valuable in this class. Who knows, man? Who knows? And then the instructor slash teacher of my English class is somehow involved with Film Independent, which is this indie film organization that organized that other award show like earlier this year, where The Farewell won Best Feature Film, and Willem Dafoe won Best Supporting. I don't know why isn't The Lighthouse nominated for Best Feature at least. That's bullshit. I call it BS. But that's cool. And she's also like related to some other contemporary art museums and stuff, which is really weird. Yeah, I guess that's it. I did speak to Grant a little bit. Grant replied to my Instagram story, and he's like, oh, good luck. And I said, oh yeah, my first class is 11 p.m. today. And then he's like, oh, so that's 8 a.m. in West Coast time. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, not much else to talk about other than I'm going to leave this apartment to across the harbor. I'm gonna have dinner with the guy from the organization, and we're gonna talk about my short film. And I don't expect anything good to come out of it other than just simply a discussion, because at the end of the day, I think the only way for me to get money for my short film is crowdfunding. That is the only possible way, which is risky, because I don't know if it's possible for me to get this much money, but I'll work hard. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yesterday I couldn't fall asleep until like 4:30 or something. It was so hot. I turned on air conditioning, and it's still so hot. I was sweating, and I was like rolling around, and I managed to fall asleep, and I wore retainer, and it really hurts because it's been 3 days, I think, since I've worn retainer, and which is something that I shouldn't do. I should wear it every day, but sometimes I just don't want to wear it because I'm lazy. But I make sure I wear it from time to time. So I wore it, and it hurt so much, and at around 7:30 a.m. I woke up again, and I couldn't fall asleep. I was super awake, and then I took off my retainer and then went back to sleep, and then I woke up again at around 12 something, and that's pretty much just it. As for my birthday, so I and my mom, we were discussing, and being the person that I am, I was like, man, this birthday's gonna suck because everything's not going in the right place. And then my mom's suddenly like, oh, so you want me to cancel your birthday dinner, right? Fine, I'm not gonna care about your birthday dinner. You do you. And then so now I'm forced to design my own birthday dinner, which I don't really care about all that much. But basically on September 6th, we're going to celebrate it because September 6th is a Sunday, and on 7th, it's a Monday, and I have to go to English class on Monday. So on 6th, I'm going to have dinner, and I didn't really know what to eat. I mean, I want to eat Western food. I don't want to eat Chinese food for my birthday. That sucks. So, I don't know. I'm just going to go for a classic steak and salad. I also want to eat tacos for some reason. So, just throw that in there. I want a pasta, but not any pasta. Not like spaghetti, or lasagna. I want to try tortellini for some reason. Or ravioli. Something of the sorts. Just filled pasta. I want to eat that. So yeah, that's all. And then I asked my elder cousin if I and him, we can have one more lunch together before he leaves, even though we already said farewell like a couple days ago. But yeah, that's all. Really bright day. There are no clouds in the sky. Oh, I spotted one cloud. I was gonna say I cannot see any clouds in the sky, and it's like it reminds me of American sky. Because in USA, the sky is always like this. The sky is always bright, light blue, with no clouds, which is horrifying. Yeah, as you can see, the weather is really, really nice. Yeah, that's it. One more thing, today is August 31st, which means it is the 1-year anniversary of the very horrible police attack in the subway station. And given that I'm going to leave my apartment and I'm going to take the subway, unfortunately, I'm going to see some chaos probably. And I really don't know. But whatever the case may be, I extend my feelings and thoughts and prayers to the family of and friends of people who had gotten hurt in the incident, and the fact that it's been over 1 year and the police and the government is still trying to hide that from the public is still just very, very embarrassing, to be honest, because a lot of governments, while yes, police brutality happens all across the world, but some governments, they admit it, but not in Hong Kong, no. So that's really, really unfortunate, and yeah. Also, I saw an Instagram story from Wendy, one of her friends. I forgot which one, actually, but she left by plane as well, maybe to the UK, possibly to the UK, because USA is still in lockdown and stuff. So time now is 5:26 p.m. I'm gonna leave my apartment now. Yeah, I just spent quite some time making and editing my album review, which is gonna be very freaky. I actually initially didn't want to make this album review because I thought it's just a waste of time. I really want to talk about this album though, and then someone else did a review on it, and then I'm like, okay, should I still review it or not? Because it's like, I'm following. Yeah, I did it at the end. It's kind of complicated. It may take some time for me to edit it, but I want it to come out before August ends. So it's my last review for August. Anyways, I just had Jello jelly, and I'm gonna leave the apartment like a total Chad. Let's go. So time now is 10:45 p.m. Just finished shower 15 minutes ago and finished editing the album review. So I went to the office, and then afterwards we went to a nearby restaurant and we had a dinner there, which is crazy. It's been a very, very, very long time since I have had a meal in a restaurant in the outside world. So anyways, me, my mom, and this guy from the organization, we had a really, really long talk. We talked for like 2 hours. I mean, mostly we talked about my short film, really. So I explained that my short film is a 7-parted short film that has a lot of characters. It is a short film about school life, and that I probably need like 170,000 Hong Kong dollars. And he's like, wow, I really don't think it's worth it, because you may spend a lot of money and the product may just be half-assed, and maybe very not to your satisfaction. And I kind of agree. The fact that it's a lot of money means that if it all goes to waste, then it's very undeserved. It's very unearned. So I really don't know what to do. And the guy's suggestion is that I should just give up, and then maybe 10 years later I can come back to Hong Kong and make it again, which is like something that I really, really, really want to avoid doing, because by then life is so much more different, the society is so much more different, and it just loses its magic. I really want to do it now. So the other suggestion is that I should rewrite the script, but make it super compact, even shorter, and make sure that every single scene is super duper entertaining, which is a very difficult thing, because I already minimized my script to a point where every single scene is necessary, in my opinion. But of course I need to narrow 7 parts down to 20 minutes, which is pretty much impossible for me. And another thing is that I cannot hire like real actors and real crew, because it's too expensive. So the best thing I can do is I should just ask people around my age to help me, so that they receive less money, so it's cheaper. So maybe people like Sandra, or the 2 guys that Sandra recommended to me. And then also on my way to the office, Zara actually like texted me saying that Miriam also wants to help out on my movie. And then Miriam afterwards actually DM'd me through Instagram, which is crazy, because I and her, we never DM'd each other through Instagram, and we speak so little, even more little than I and Mary do. And the fact that Miriam can just suddenly slide into my DMs and I can comfortably answer her is it's not crazy, actually, because if anyone DMs me suddenly, like, I have to politely reply and stuff. And I'm really happy when people DM me and speak to me, because I'm a very lonely person. But that's not the case for Mary. A lot of people actually like Mary and are friends with Mary. It's funny because Mary also follows this organization on Instagram, and one of the people in this organization, which is the guy today, we had a very small sub discussion, and because he didn't date that many people, like, he asked me, yo, do you have a girlfriend and stuff? And I said, no, I've never dated anyone in all my secondary school years. And he's like, oh, you should have, because that's like an experience that is once in a lifetime. And then I admitted that, yeah, there's someone that I want to get along with, and that someone is Mary, and Mary follows the organization. So it's funny that the organization, the media organization that Mary follows, one of the members of the media organization that Mary follows knows about me wanting Mary, but Mary herself doesn't know that I want Mary, which is ridiculous. But the guy said, you know what, if you can DM her, just DM. I know it's going to be awkward, but at least something will come out of it. It's going to be rewarding. So I know that I said that DMing someone suddenly on Instagram is a very awkward thing, but given that graduation dinner may not really happen, I may as well actually do it. I spoke a lot today, so my mouth actually feels kind of tired right now. Not gonna lie. Okay, so 10 minutes later, I'm gonna go to college. Shit. Fuck. So anyways, about my short film. I don't want to make a compact version, so I'm gonna pass the script around, and I'm gonna ask around and see if there are more people who will agree to join. If my entire crew, okay, the guy with the boomer mic, the guy with the camera, the producer person, the makeup person, if all of them are simply people around my age, then the cost is like half less, if not thrice less. And then for the actors, I can also ask for people's help, but I don't know if their acting is good enough. Because I really, really don't want to rewrite again. That's like the last thing I want to do. I've been rewriting the script for 3 years already. I really don't want to do that. Whew. I guess I'll see. But I'll make a plot outline in case I really have to resort to this very extreme measure that I have to turn my 70-minute long script into a 20-minute long thing. Which, by the way, I don't even know if it's 70 minutes long, because usually when I write a story, the product is always shorter than I've imagined. In my last short film, which I made in 2018, I thought it's going to be 20 minutes long, and it turned out to be 11 minutes long. In the other movie, I thought it's going to be 40 minutes long, and it turned out to be like 20. So it's always half. So maybe by the time I actually film the whole thing from front to back, maybe it's going to be 35 minutes long and not 70. Or at least like 40-ish. I really don't know, but yeah. This is really difficult and extremely risky. So I guess I'll work hard on my short film, and hope when I do crowdfunding, if you guys are watching this right now, please, I'm not forcing you to pay me, by the way, but if you're interested in seeing a short film about Hong Kong school life, and also about social hierarchy, and then people trying to manipulate others, people trying to take advantage of others, and how some other people decide to investigate around and solve these very complicated humane societal issues, which I personally think is very interesting, well, a little is better than nothing. But of course, I'm not forcing anyone, and truth be told, I'm not an expert, and I don't deserve this luxury, but I have a dream, and I need it. Okay, so quick video here. I need to announce something. So time now is 10:59 p.m. on August 31st, and about a minute later, I'm going to attend my first college class. That's right, guys, I am going to college, and I'm not going to university, I'm going to college, which is a very American thing. And that's true because even though right now I am in right now I am in Hong Kong, I am going to an American college. So, I don't know, I'm gonna say this. I'm sad. I can never let go my secondary school life, okay? The people there, the incidents there, the events there, I love them so much, I cherish them so much, and it's a lot of regret and remorse that I didn't do enough and reach out enough during my secondary school life. And that will forever haunt me until the day I die. And even though as much as I want to hang out with this person from my secondary school and that person from my secondary school and do this and do that and go back in time and whatever, reality is I'm going to college, which means I'm gonna have a whole new life, and it's terrifying. And I'm also gonna have to socialize with a lot of people, which is not my strong suit at all, so I need to work hard on that. One thing for sure is that I will never, ever, never, ever, ever do the same mistake that I made in secondary school. I made a very, very terrible first impression. My personality was not likable at all. But now, after I've been through secondary school, it's like finally I know what to do in order to not miss out, in order to be someone important, or at least develop to be someone important. Okay? So I will never make the same few mistakes ever again. Now, yeah, it's high stakes because before I went to my secondary school, there are all these experience days, open days, all these different days, and I get to hang out with people before going into this school. Now, I've never even entered the campus. I don't know anyone from there. It's all strangers, and I know I'm supposed to be excited or anxious. I'm not, because I don't even know what to expect. So I should be late right now, even though no one has sent me an email yet for some reason. So I'm gonna go now, and wish me luck. Also, because I'm going to college, my YouTube schedule is going to be a little bit, not as frequent. So just keep that in mind. And thanks for watching anyways. Time now is 11:56. So I attended my first college class ever, and I am confused. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't feel like a class. It just feels like a video where everyone can watch. Because here I am in my room, on my chair, just looking on my computer, while a bunch of people show up in Zoom. It's just weird, the fact that we're studying online, plus the fact that there's nothing that happened other than the teacher. I thought the teacher's going to be a very old woman, but she's not. She's actually very young. And there were like 25 other people, actually 23 other people, and for like a couple seconds I actually showed my face because I thought everyone else showed, but no, only like 7 people showed their faces, so I just turned off my camera. But yeah, there were a lot of people, and she's nice, I guess, but for the entirety of the class, she just went through. I'm getting paranoid now. What if the Zoom is not over? What if they're still listening to me right now? This is crazy. This is scary. No. For the entirety of the thing, she just went over the college website and how, whenever there are announcements, where to look, when are there going to be quizzes, homework, exams, and like discussions, and she went over like the syllabus and stuff. I don't know, man. I really don't know. And aside from that, I really don't know if I should drop film 2 or not. I guess I have to wait for the counselor, to reply to me, because I really don't know what to do. I really want to drop film 2, not because I'm not interested. I actually looked at the film 2 course website, and it's actually pretty cool. The professor is an old dude, but he seems like he has a sense of humor, and he seems nice as well. And yeah, film history, it's kind of boring, but I kind of have to, attend it. But here's the thing, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. I can't handle that. I can't handle that stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. So it's not even 12:30 after midnight, and the Zoom call is already over. Like, the teacher was suddenly said, "Oh, goodbye everyone, thanks for watching," and then everyone just left. And then a couple people were like, thank you, like unmuted themselves and said thank you. And then that's it. Not much else. A lot of people have facial hair, like me, but more, like some people have facial hair all over the chin. I refuse to believe that they're 18 years old. They're probably like 20 or 20 something. Like, a lot of people with facial hair, which is weird. And yeah, a lot of people didn't show their faces. I see a couple of Chinese names, an Indian name as well, And I also see a couple of Indonesians in my counseling class as well, which, okay, why not? I don't know. I know a couple of friends who are half Southeast Asian. Actually, I know 3 people who are half Southeast Asian. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's my first class, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Okay, and then we have the homework. So, 2 days later, they're gonna check it, and they're gonna give. It's so strange. We have to write a self-introduction, and the teacher's gonna mark our self-introduction, like give points, which is like okay. And the self-introduction is like, what's your superpower, and what's your kryptonite? And I thought of it like very deeply, like, oh, my superpower is I can speak English really well, and then my kryptonite is wasting things. Like I hate people waste things. And then when the teacher said, "What's her kryptonite?" she said, "Oh, garlic," because I hate garlic. I should think less complicatedly. I should think more simply. That's yeah. But it seems like everyone's being really, really nice, and I guess that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna quickly wrap today up. It's 3:09 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to bed. So as you can see, my bed is different now, because last night, or more like, yeah, yesterday morning, I couldn't sleep because it was so hot and I was sweating a lot. So hopefully I can sleep a little better tonight. Second of all, I have a lot of work to do. Not only is my college started, and I already have one assignment before Wednesday, which is not a lot, by the way. It's just one assignment. It's a small assignment. It's all right. I can handle it. But in the future, there will be more and more assignments and homework, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle them, and not just like online. I have to handle them online, which is actually somehow even more frustrating than like finishing a homework on a book or worksheet, you know. But hey, secondary school is over, what can I say? Actually, for me, second of all, I'm going to start reaching out with people. I'm going to speak to Sandra and show her my scripts, and give her and ask for her thoughts and opinions on my script. And then maybe I'm also going to contact some other people. And yeah, I'm not a people's person, so I don't know that many people, so that's going to be a problem. But if enough people around my age agrees to sort of help me in this endeavor, I think it's going to benefit me a lot. However, I don't know if making a 7-episode long story is going to be like feasible or not. I hope it is, but it's really, really, really tough given the circumstances nowadays. So I'm gonna figure that out tomorrow. Also, I may actually DM Mary. I know it's crazy, but given my courage to DM that stranger like a couple weeks ago, and Miriam DMing me, you know what? I can also DM someone. It's fine. There's nothing to be afraid of, right? So time now is 2:39 p.m. on September 1st, day 113. And yeah, fuck. I went to bed at around 3:30 a.m. yesterday. 3:30 a.m. this morning, more like. And my blanket was so thin, and it was really, really cold, and I tried turning off the air conditioning, but then that's too hot. So I couldn't fall asleep until like 5. And by then, I still wasn't asleep. At 5, I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna find a new blanket, or get a different one. So I went to my closet, and as you know, my closet is super small and compact. So I tried to look for a blanket, and I can't find an actual blanket. And when I try to take out a blanket thing, some clothes and trousers just fell onto the ground, and it was so annoying. And then so finally I got two blanket, yeah, and I still couldn't fall asleep until like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. actually, maybe even 7 a.m. I ended up taking 3 sleeping pills at around 6 a.m. and it's actually kind of crazy. I went out to my living room and I saw that there's sunlight because it's sunrise. I didn't sleep until sunrise. And then yeah. And then I had a pretty rough sleep, and then I woke up at around 12:30. So I probably only slept for 5.5 hours. I'll still take sleeping pills tonight because I need to wake up earlier and earlier. On Thursday, I need to wake up at 8 a.m. Anyways, I really don't know what to do as far as my college goes. My question is still not being answered. I don't know if I should drop film history class or not because I know that I won't be able to wake up nor sleep from that class. So I think I'll drop it, definitely. Second of all, I don't. One of my classes has no schedule. I don't know when is the first class. I don't know when. Okay, so I kept on checking my mail every morning, and I still don't know. I have no idea. That's really scary. And then another problem is the books, because we need textbooks, and yeah, how do I even get the textbooks? Like how? I could ship them over, but by then it's gonna be too late. And then we have the problem of units, where if I drop film history class, I only got 10 units, then what do I do? And then aside from college, we have the short film stuff, where first of all, how do I get help from non-professionals so that I can pay them less? So second of all, the money problem, which crowdfunding is the only answer, is the only option there is, because I can't find any other short film organization that, provides funds. Third of all, I don't know, we're running out of time. That's the big problem here. We're running out of time. And then if only we have the money, then we start, the casting process, which is gonna take like 1 or 2 weeks. And that in and of itself is also a really, really, really difficult thing to do. And then afterwards is the filming, and the filming part is probably the easiest part for me. Like, it has to be the easiest part. Like, a lot of people say that in making a movie, the filming part is the most difficult. They're wrong. The filming part is the easiest part, because everything before that, the writing, the screenwriting, writing the script, it's nightmare for me. It's nightmare. I write it and rewrite it, and over and over and over again. I receive criticisms over and over and over again. I hear many different things from different people, and it's a fucking mess. So I wrote it for 3 years, and then next we have the money, which is easily the worst part. How to sell my script, the marketing side of things, and how feasible is my script? Is it worth it? Is there anything that can come out of it? And the editing part is easy too. Actually, the editing part is the easiest, because I'm the guy who edits it, but still, it takes a lot of time. So, yeah. I guess that's all for today. What's gonna happen today is that I'm gonna film a meme video, and then I'm just gonna rest. I'm gonna do my assignment, my first college assignment, where I do a bit of a self-introduction, and yeah. I'm not gonna change my thought updates into college updates. I'm not gonna do that, because I don't feel like I'm in a college right now, even though I am. But I don't feel like it. I'm still very much present in Hong Kong and have not transcended to another plane of existence. So time now is 12:19, September 2nd. So my God, where do I begin? First of all, as you can see, if I try to turn on my light, it's not working because there's a short circuit. So all of the lights are burnt out in my home. If you flip the main switch of the entire apartment once again, the lights will work again, except for my light bulb. Because every time there's a short circuit in my light bulb, the whole thing just burns. But not for other lights. Not for this one, which is why this is still working. But this one isn't actually connected to the main line. Anyways, two very important, a series of things that happened today, even though I'm stuck entirely in my apartment today. First of all, I finished writing the self-introduction, which will be a thing tomorrow night, where in the English class we have to talk about. I finished my self-introduction. At first I didn't know what to say. I can't see the replies. I can't see what other people write. I have to write it myself first. So I wrote my name, where I'm from, my preferred pronouns. I have to write that. And and then my superpower and kryptonite. And I wrote them all, and I wrote them pretty simply, and then I submitted my answer, and then I saw other people's answers, and a lot of other people wrote, a lot more. So I edited my answer a little bit and added some more, And then I went to the other class, which is the counseling class, where it's all international students. There are students from Indonesia, Brazil. There's a woman actually, because she's Belarus. There's a person from Greece and Bulgaria. There's a person from Taiwan. And there's actually a person from Xinjiang in the English class, but almost everyone else in the English class is from Los Angeles, California. One of them is from Chicago. Another person is from El Salvador. Another person is from Brazil, Sao Paulo. But in the counseling class, it's all international people. There's someone from Bangladesh. There's someone born in Iran, I think. There's someone born in Kuwait, but now lives somewhere. I think that's the person from Bangladesh. Yeah. And then, so there's a lot of people, and we also have to do a self-introduction there. And we have to talk about what we did during the pandemic. So I said I didn't do much, because that's the truth. I didn't do much. A lot of people actually, during the pandemic, I practiced my cooking skills, my piano skills. I didn't practice anything. I just listened to music and watched movies and TV shows and animes all day. So I typed that. I watched anime. And I thought, because in Hong Kong, you get made fun of, well, in my generation anyways, you get made fun of for not watching anime. But I don't know about other cultures. Maybe in other cultures, you get made fun of for watching anime, which sounds more normal. But in Hong Kong, if you're a teenager in Hong Kong right now and you've never seen a single anime, you're the dumb one. You're the odd one out. Everyone has seen anime in Hong Kong. Anyways, the more important thing is my short film, which I and the organization guy had a very long chat yesterday about how, it's not worth it. It's too expensive. The story's too long. And the guy told me to compress my story, which I simply can't. Okay? I fucking can't. The story is too bold in scale, and every arc is connected. I don't want to reveal what's my story yet, because if I tell you guys what's my story, then you guys are going to be like, oh my god, holy shit, all of these things you've said, they're all connected. Fuck. So I can't say, but my story has a lot of arcs, and each arc is connected to one another. So if I have to compress my story into only one arc, it's gonna feel very weird and jarring and out of place, because it has to connect it. You need context. I spoke with Natalie, and Natalie's like, yeah, you need context. And then we have so I spoke to Sandra And Sandra's like, oh, you can look for this other dude and this other dude. And one of those dudes is one of the 5 people who got arrested on November 11th, 2019. And then Sandra said, but actually, we need to study the DSEs for the DSEs because we're in Form 6 this year. So we're going to be busy. And then I asked Oliver and Ernest because I trust them and they're kind to me. And Oliver said, oh yeah, ask the other guy, which is the exact same guy who was a stranger. And I asked him about short film and he completely ignored me for 2 weeks now. That guy, come on, he's just gonna ignore me further. And then that other guy who also got arrested in November 11th, who is the boyfriend of Vera's boyfriend. I don't know. I kind of want to ask him for help, but I will look stupid. I will look stupid. I told Ernest, I will look stupid. And Ernest like, hell nah. Pursue your dreams, man. Pursue your dreams. And he does say some really kind words, and I appreciate that. But the truth is, I don't have enough money. The pandemic is still going on. I don't have enough people. I don't have the time. I am swimming against the current. I'm swimming against the largest current ever. I'm dying, okay? Like, I am, the odds are against me. That's what I'm trying to say. The odds are against me. And then also I can ask for Sammy's help. Sammy, the tall, thoughty girl who has no tits but always shows her skin for no reason, smokes weed, acts really nice, but is in the most notorious gang in the whole form. I can ask for her help, and I thought it's a little cringe, you know. So I don't know. It's great that Zara and Miriam wants to help. Actually, I can ask for Adam's help. Adam's good with a camera, so there's that. But yeah, I don't friggin' know, man. I don't friggin' know. Yeah. So I don't feel bored at all right now. For the past few days, I don't feel bored. Not at all, but not as bored. But instead, now my feeling is changed from bored to anxious, because I'm trying to make this movie. I'm trying to go to college. I'm trying to do this, do that, and everything's going against me. Everything is not working out. Nothing is fine. Nothing is fine. Okay? Just everything. Okay? Everything's just breaking around me. It's like the more I try to pursue my dream, the more my dream runs away from me. Okay? Like, dude, you want to succeed? Think again. Psych, you're a failure. So yeah. I don't know. I'll ask Adam for help tomorrow, I guess. Don't have enough to say. I'm just completely lost in my short film thing. I'm just lost. I have no direction now whatsoever because nothing is working out. Nothing is working out. I could be crowdfunding. I don't even know the budget yet. What else? Today I ate cereal, I drank milk, so calcium, that's a good thing, right? Alright, I'm going to watch the last episode of Dark Season 1 right now, and then I'm gonna do a Dark TV review tomorrow, as well as a quick album review. And the reason why I want to do a quick album review tomorrow is because I think Anthony Fantano will review that album very, very soon. And if I don't review it tomorrow, then maybe he's gonna do it before I do, then that means I plagiarized him, and that's bad. So I need to prove that I'm not plagiarizing him by reviewing it earlier. That's my strat. Speed is key. Yeah. Nothing else. Life is a pain in the ass. Time now is 12:33 afternoon on September 2nd. So, it's day 114. Last night I did take 3 sleeping pills. I went to bed at around 3:30, unfortunately, and I think I fell asleep at around 4 something. But here's the thing, my light is broken, so I couldn't tell the time. So I think maybe 4 something. But I tried really hard to sleep. Like, I closed my eyes and I just wait, and yeah. But still, it's surprising, not really surprising because it has happened to me before, but these melatonin pills, they're not working properly. Like, sometimes they work and sometimes they just don't. It's like I'm gambling every time I take those pills. But eventually I did fall asleep, I think at around 4 something, 4:30, I think. Well, anyway, that's what my sense of time tells me. I could be wrong. And then I woke up at around 9:30, naturally. And I'm like, whoa, shoot, I only slept for like 5 hours. I need to go back to sleep. That's not enough. And I couldn't. I'm not sleepy. And so I waited and waited, and until 10:45, because it's the morning, so I can see the clock again, because there's sunlight. So at around 10:45, I fell asleep again, and then I just slept for like 15 minutes, and then I woke up again at around 11, which is like 10 minutes before my alarm went off. So anyways, the alarm went off, and I just woke up, and I just had breakfast, and that's it. So what am I gonna do today? First of all, I have the second college class of my life today at night, 11 p.m. that I will attend. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. I have already done the self-introductions. I kind of want to drop Media 20, not because I don't want to study it, but it's because the schedule for Media 20 class is any 3 hours. So it's very likely that it's going to be in the afternoon, which means in the middle of the night. So that's a huge risk, but I'm not going to drop it. I don't think so, but I will drop film too if I have to. Anyways, I will also do a lot of follow-up work for my short film. I have just asked the screenwriter guy for his opinion, for sort of rewriting the whole damn story once again for the 8th time, and then making the story more compact, which is still impossible. I'm also gonna keep on asking around. I'm gonna try to speak to Vera's boyfriend. And ask for his help, though I'm pretty sure he doesn't like me as much because the last short film I did, I joined the competition, which is organized by Baptist University, and my mom used to work there, and then Vera's boyfriend found out, and Vera's boyfriend got a little upset, like, oh, that's cheating. You're just using personal relationships. And it's not really my fault, because the competition is the only thing I can join. Like, yeah. But I don't know, I'll ask around. I can also ask for Sammy's help, but again, that's cringe. I can ask for the stranger's help, but he's ignoring me and stuff. I can actually ask for Adam's help. Honestly, Miriam and Zara, I don't know how can they help. They have no experience on this matter at all. Unless Miriam knows how to do makeup, then she's just gonna do makeup. Then Zara, I don't know what she's gonna do. So Zara, Miriam, I can ask for Adam, Vera's boyfriend. And imagine all of them going together with me and a bunch of actors. Like, it's such an unimaginable situation, such a strange situation. Who else? I don't know. I really don't know. But Ernest told me to pursue my dream, so okay. You know, Ernest is an optimist, and he has a really uplifting personality, and I really like that. He's a really good guy. He's a really, really, really good guy. And I don't know, we'll see, because for the actors, I can't hire professional actors because that's too expensive. However, the main characters, how many characters do I think of needs good acting? At least four. At least four. So I need to hire at least four professional actors. Okay? But the rest of the characters, they can all be, portrayed. They can all be filled in with randoms, like nods. Like, it's fine. You can pull someone random from the street, and maybe they'll be terrible. Hopefully not. If they are, then whatever. But, like, I don't need to worry about actors that much because even though the acting is really important, the acting is really, really important. Like, I need to direct them well, okay? But that's on me. The editing is also, like, an important thing, the cinematography as well. And, yeah. Here's the thing Vera's boyfriend is a cameraman, but so is Adam. So if I get Vera's boyfriend just to make him hold a light, then it's kind of lame. Yeah, yeah. So that's still problematic, but that's pretty much all I will do today. I will also film a couple of reviews, and tonight I'm going to take sleeping pills again and try to sleep even earlier. And then I'll wake up 8 a.m. tomorrow and take my first film aid class, which seems interesting. I have to watch a detective crime film while sleep deprived. Sign me up, boys. Sign me up. Time now is 10 p.m. exactly. Um, I didn't do anything, any follow up with my whole short film thing. I have an idea to get Adam's help, and since tomorrow, so Pink yesterday invited me to go to her place, or more like Leo's place, to play mahjong again. Um, Adam's probably gonna be there, so by then I can ask Adam. I don't know about Vera's boyfriend. I'll probably ask tomorrow. I'm just really, really tired right now. And then what also happened today is that um right in the WhatsApp group, Ernest said the graduation dinner will not happen until December, at least for now. So it's very likely that it won't happen until December. Likely. No, it's not certain, okay? But it's 100% certain that it will not happen in September, October, or November in the next 3 months, but may happen in December and onward. And then he asked people to vote if they're available in December, from December to June 2021. And one person voted, yes, I'm available. The second person voted yes, and then everyone's just gonna follow up. Yes, 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 yes. We're all okay. Even I voted yes, but Selena and Russell, they said yes, but only in December and January. Meaning, because both Selena and Russell are also going to Australia to study, but for the first semester they're staying, but in the second semester they're leaving. So I guess now originally my plan was to go to USA at the end of December, but at the end I said yes, but only in December and January. To be fair, the second semester, which is the winter semester, is optional. So actually, I don't really see the point of going to the USA this early anyways. But yeah, it appears that saying happy birthday to Mary on Instagram is my only option. And you know what? I'll fucking do it. And it's not for her, not for anyone else, but for me. It's a very selfish decision, and if it gets terrible and awkward, I'll own up the responsibility, but I just have to do it because if I don't do it, then I'll never forgive myself. Aside from that, I'm going to have my English class in about an hour, and I'm just so tired. I don't know if the teacher is going to ask us to, turn on the camera and stuff. If yes, then oh fuck me. Here's the thing, because we're going to college online and not in the campus. In the campus, you have to show your face and reveal your voice and make friends and see the teachers and experience there because you're really there. But now that you're online, you're still at your home. It doesn't feel like going to college at all. It just feels like some online lessons and that's it. But when you go to the actual place and you hang out with the people there, something happens and you're there to see it, and you learn more about everything, and you get everyone's, social media. But it's not like that right now. It's 10:30. I don't know why am I so fucking tired right now. I don't know. I really don't know why. Like, I just really, really want to sleep. As you can tell from my face, I'm really not in a good condition at all. I think I slept for like 5 hours today or something like that. Like, I don't know, man. And then tomorrow I have to wake up 8 a.m., which is insane. I'm gonna be so sleepy tomorrow. Which is still better than last year September, when for an entire week I sleep for 3 to 4 hours per day and I was just like a zombie. Jesus Christ. Time now is 12:40 after midnight. I have finished my second college class ever, and now this feels more college-y and classy than the first one. Immediately, the teacher had to break us into groups of 4, and I'm like, fuck, I need to socialize with people. Fuck. Now in the beginning, like the teacher, she was doing a roll call, and it's funny because one of the people's name is like Lopez, which is a really common name in the USA, and then she said Lopez. Am I saying it right? And then there's another person, Iranian. She's not in my group, but her name is like Tofiri or something. And and the teacher was like a Tofigi, and then there's a woman from Xinjiang. Okay, I'm bad. I am a bad person. Okay, one of the women is from Xinjiang. I'm not gonna tell you her name. And then there's another person who's from Shenzhen, who's born there but is living in LA now. I'm not gonna tell you his name either, but it's funny. And then my name is Lai. My family name is Lai. And then she said Lai, and then she asked me if she's butchering my name. And I said, no, Lai is fine, I guess. Thanks. And I didn't know what to say. Anyways, we were broken into groups of 4, and the teacher asked us to so this is really lame. I don't know why am I saying this as if it's something interesting. It's not. And we're into the second class, and we're not, learning the important stuff. We're still trying to, it's still this very long introduction to the new college life. So the teacher gave us and this grouping is totally random, and it's fine. So the teacher gave us this thing where it's like, oh, this person can't find a parking space in the campus and got late. So what's his goal? What are his obstacles, and what campus resources are there to help him? And we actually, there's a Mexican dude. Well, I can tell from the accent he's Mexican, but he's very much living in LA. There's another person who is from Sao Paulo, Brazil, And then there's another person who is very much a Californian, and she sounds very much like a Californian. Anyways, and we actually talked a bit, and at first I thought, oh shit, I don't know what to say, but later on, you know what, it's only 3 people, so I said stuff at the end. And also, if I don't say anything, then my participation score will be like 0. So of course I have to say something. And then suddenly the Zoom meeting just abruptly ended, and I thought I pressed the wrong button, so I sent an email to the teacher, like, oh no, did I do something wrong? Did the Zoom session suddenly end? It would be great if you can add me back. And then turns out other people are also experiencing the same issue, so I was like, never mind. And then I went back, and the girl from Brazil, the woman from Brazil, she's gone. She's out of there. And then so it's me, the Mexican man, and the Californian woman, and we were just like talking a little bit, and in the, not even like vocally, but there's a chat, and it's just the Californian girl asking me questions, and I'm trying to answer them even though I don't really know. I'm not really sure. And then here's the thing, because we're in group, and there are 4 of us in the group, and only one of us needs to post the post in the discussion forum thing as the answer to the case study. And I don't know which one of us will post, because it sounds like all of us will post, and the Brazilian woman, she's gone, so I don't know. So I posted it, even though I should suck at it because I still pretty much don't know anything about my college. I posted it, I typed everything, and then I saw that the Brazilian girl already did it, and then I immediately deleted it. It's funny because if I don't post anything, I can't read other people's replies, so I posted it and I saw other people's replies, and then I deleted it, and then I can't see anyone else's replies again. That's funny. But other than that, I'm glad I'm able to communicate with actual people from America. I know it's a weird thing to say, but like, oh, my English is actually on par. That's comforting, I guess. Oh my god, it's so shiny. Time now is 8:51 a.m. on September 3rd. And I think I slept for 4 hours. I don't even know, I'm not sure. I definitely fell asleep very fast though, not gonna lie, because before I went to bed, I was so tired. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I think it was around 3:30 when I fell asleep, or 3:45 actually. And then I woke up at around 7:45. I don't know why did I wake up this early. And then I just laid on my bed until 8:10, and I thought to myself, oh, you know what, if I can go back to sleep a little bit, just for a little bit, it's gonna be cool. But I didn't really. So I'm really, really fucking tired right now, and it's not even funny. The college thing seems to be going well. I asked the counselor a question, and finally there's a reply. Someone has also replied to me. In like my self-introduction discussion thing, which is cool. I don't know much about the short film thing. The mahjong is cancelled because Adam's busy today. So yeah, it appears that I won't be leaving my apartment all that much. I don't know, man. I don't know. In about 7 minutes, I'm gonna take my first Film 8 class, which is going to be very interesting. Because I don't know what's gonna happen. Quick update here. It's 12:06. I just finished my 3rd college class ever. Also my first film class. Also my first film genre class. And for the entire first hour, we introduced, for the first half an hour, we introduced ourselves. We went on one by one, and at first I'm like, oh my god, not again. But I think I did pretty well. And only said once. And then for the next half an hour, the teacher sort of introduced himself. And then for the next 2 hours, he went over the syllabus. And it's already ended. We ended 1 hour early. But actually, we need to watch this documentary, this 1 hour long documentary, and it's supposed to be like what I'm doing right now, but of course I wouldn't do it immediately, but I will, of course, later today. But technically the class is ended. So, yeah. I have a lot to do. So this is a little bit something. So, it's 3:37 right now, and it's been storming a lot. Anyways, I'm going to show you this thing. Now, how could I say this? This originally, so this is, Santa, which is like, dried fruit, a crushed dried fruit. And it's like a little bit sour, but very, very sweet. And it's dry. And usually it doesn't come in this form. Usually it comes in a very small stack of circular plates that are red in color. And they're great. They're a part of my childhood. But I can only find this form, so I'm going to eat this. So as you can see, okay, I'm going to turn on the thing. There we go. Is this better? There we go. It's like, it's not candy, it's dried fruit, but it has a very dry texture. It's not chewy at all. Yeah. So I'm eating yogurt. Time now is 5:43. And once again, I'm stuck in this hopeless fucking situation. The worst part about my movie isn't that I have no money. I mean, I don't have any money, but I don't even know what's the budget. So here's the thing. I want to dedicate to this project because it's huge. And because it's huge, it costs a lot, but I don't have that much money, and I don't know if it's worth it, because this thing may flop and may become trash. So then I try to lower the cost, but then that will seriously hurt the movie, because I've spent so much work and so much time on the script, and like 80% of the scenes I wrote are all trashed. I'm only using that 20%. So I went to Google spreadsheet again, and I looked at my budget list. I updated it a little bit. Instead of 8 shooting days, maybe if efficiently we can make it a 7. And then maybe for actors we're only going to hire 6. The rest of them can all be random people. So let's say I don't have to pay the cameraman aside from free lunch, because it's a friend of mine / classmate of mine. Let's say I don't have to pay the art director or lock keeper. And then it's still $121,000. It's still fucking insane. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's go to the far extreme. Let's go to the far, far, far extreme and say I actually only used 10% of my script. 10%. And turn 8 shooting days or 7 shooting days into 3 shooting days only. Overall, it still costs 54,000 Hong Kong dollars. It's inevitable. It's fucking insane how expensive everything is. Like, I already lowered the price, like, for the main cast, alright? Main actor. $500 per day. That is even lower than the professional minimum. And then for supporting cast, $200 per day. Producer, $1,500. cameraman 1,000, boom operator 1,000 per day, lighting 1,000 per day, equipments $8,000 per day. $8,000 per day. Costumes and props will probably cost about 3,000 Hong Kong dollars. Just the uniforms alone, we need 25 sets of uniforms, and each set say 50, which is already super cheap. Still, $1,250. Venue rental. Let's say I don't need to pay for the school. Then if we were to rent apartments, $2,000, maybe $1,000 per apartment. 2 apartments, $2,000, and then if you account for the air conditioning in the school, God knows how much. The food, say each lunch is $35. 30 crew members and cast members for 3 days, it's still $3,150. And then transportation, we need to transport all of the cast members, crew members, and equipments to the said location every single day. $1,500 for 3 days. That is $4,500, and overall $54,000, even if I somehow miraculously make this a 3 shooting day thing, which is actually straight up impossible. I'm so fucking pissed, man. My future is hopeless. This is gone. And I don't want to cancel it. This is my only dream. I want to pursue it, but I mean, I asked Adam, and Adam says he may not be free because he has a really tight schedule and he doesn't really have an experience in actually filming stuff nor sound. I'm at a total loss here. I really need to give up, but I really cannot give up. It's 6:21. I don't know what the fuck am I going to do. I don't understand it, okay? Out of every fucking human being I've ever encountered, why does it have to be fucking me to be in such a hopeless situation? Every single thing is not going well. Everything is going against me. The world fucking hates me. I'm not supposed to exist. What the fuck is this? So every single scene is important, okay? Every single scene is already as important as it fucking gets, and it's still not fucking important enough. Are you fucking kidding me? I hate everything. I really don't know what to do. I don't have the money. I can't write it even smaller. I don't have the time. The virus still exists. I might as well give up. 7:59. I really brainstormed. I really don't know how am I gonna cut down my script. Because there are so many moments. Like I in my Excel, not Excel, my Google spreadsheet, I tried to name every cool thing in every scene. Like cool things that I thought was cool, the fact that it's in the script, so that when it becomes a TV show of sorts, the audience will be like, ooh, that's pretty cool. So I tried to name every cool thing in my script, and indeed, or every important thing, like, oh, this scene conveys this information, which is important, and it's the only scene that conveys that information, because usually in a TV show, when a character is supposed to turn this way or become this, like, there are a couple of scenes that sort of build up to it. Because I cut down so many scenes, there are only one scene for build up. If there are, revelations of sorts. Like I really tried to, write down everything cool. Like, only in episode 1 we have the long take in the opening sequence, which I thought is just very immaculate and awesome, am I right? There is a scene where BDSM is involved, and I thought it's very edgy because I've never seen BDSM mentioned, or at least be mentioned in any mediums in Hong Kong. So it's a very new thing for Hong Kong, and it's not gonna, my story is not gonna involve any of that, but they're gonna mention it, like, as a joke, not really a joke, but like, it's just a mention. And then on episode 2 we have a scene that implies masturbating, and I've seen a Hong Kong movie that has that, but still, it's a cool scene, edgy scene, what can I say? Another scene is the apple scene. I'm gonna sound very vague here, but that scene's so cool. Like, that's such a cool scene. And then there's another long take, which sort of goes up a stairway and then goes back down. It's so awesome. Like, just the motion of the thing. You feel like you're in the staircase chase yourself. Like you really feel the tension just boiling. But at the end I just gave up. You know what I did for 1.5 hours? I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna voice act my series. I'm gonna make it myself, but I'm gonna voice act it. So I actually voice acted it, and for the first 4 episodes, it has 7 episodes. So I voice acted the first 4 episodes, and I will voice act the last 3 tomorrow. But for the first 4 episodes, it's actually very consistent. Every single episode is about 9 minutes to 11 minutes long. The first one being 10 minutes, and then 9, and then the third one is like kind of slow, but still 9 minutes, and then the fourth one is 11 minutes long. Very consistent. And also the opening, the endings, the cliffhangers, the very cryptic opening shots, and once in a while we get an action scene, and it becomes very intense, like the arrangement of the story and the plot. I personally think it's the best I've ever done, ever. Also, I voice acted episode 4, and at the end of episode 4, this huge emotional scene happens, and I voice acted my ass off, and I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, I pretended to cry and shout, like violently cry, and it was just like, I can't do it now because it needs build up to it, but yeah, that's why I'm really tired right now. I'm really freaking tired, but I really don't know what to do for my short film. At least I can voice act them, but I feel like I need to somehow cut my script even shorter, which I fucking hate, but I gotta do that. And I really want to preserve all the cool moments. Again, the long takes, the edgy moments, the edgy dialogues, just the mentions. If the dialogues are too edgy, it becomes cringy. Just a little, just a dash. But I want to keep that, and I don't know how. Also, all the context. I really have no idea how. Really have no idea how. Time now is 11:55. I spent another God knows how many hours sort of analyzing my script and trying to write down why every single scene is necessary. So here is what I did, and I thought this process is a really good idea because it sort of clarifies what's a purpose of a scene. So usually when there's a scene in a movie or a TV show and you want the scene to be important or at least not be cut off, there are 2 things, right? One thing is important: conveying information. The scene must convey information. If the scene means nothing, it really means nothing, meaning that it feels like a filler scene, it feels like it's useless, it feels like it's meaningless, and it's not very entertaining. Alright, my notifications. Alright. I'm so fucking tired right now. Alright, here we go. So either that, okay, conveys information, or it's just a cool scene. Now, of course, if a movie is filled with these cool scenes, with cool cinematography, cool editing, cool effects, cool music, cool lightings, then it's just gonna be a meaningless blob of nothing, even though it looks fancy. So you need a good ratio of, very like informational scenes and just cool technical scenes. And my preferred ratio is, I think, 90% to 10%. So that's when you know that my story is actually very, very, very plot heavy. There are actually a lot of scenes where that both convey information and also has these cool technical moments. So anyways, almost every single scene in my script actually conveys very important information. Say in the in the first part of my 7-parted script, there are 11 scenes. There are actually 12 scenes. And the whole thing is about 10 minutes long in part 1. And right in the beginning, we have the first scene, which I make sure is a scene that would grab people's attention. And the only way to do that is to start off at a point where it seems like shit had already happened and it's bad. It feels like the aftermath of a storm, and we have a bit of narration, which I'm against, but if there isn't any narration, nobody would understand. So in the narration, the theme is actually being clarified, is that people can have both good and evil sides. And that's sort of the theme of my overall story, is that moral ambiguity exists. And also another theme is a social hierarchy, but that one's a little bit more nuanced. The second scene is where we go back to the first thing that happened chronologically. And we have a scene where the main character spends 2 minutes just walking to the location where most of the scenes will take place in, and it's all walking. Now, it seems like a very pointless scene, but from this you can tell what kind of person the main character is by the way he walks, the way he constantly looks at his watch, the way he walks very fast, the way he looks around. He's a very paranoid, very anxious person. Also the fact that a lot of other people in the background are in pairs and groups, and the main character is alone means that he is alone, and he feels lonely. And also there's a very gorgeous long take in the beginning. The third scene is where we introduce the characters, and there are a lot of characters in the story, and character introductions are necessary. Fourth scene is where we introduce one of the most important characters in the entire story, the main female lead, and she is a very smart and ruthless person. And in the scene, the main character wants to do something and then gets shut down by this main female lead. Scenes 5 to 6, it has a very cool montage in it, which is about eyes. I want to make eyes a very constant thing. So in the first part, there's an eye montage where you see eyes of them before these incidents, and then in the last part, eyes of them after the incidents. And then so on and so forth. I mean, I did a lot of this. It would take me hours to sort of explain the significance of each scene. There are cool things about the script where sometimes I describe a certain character as an animal, which is really cool, because one of the female characters is described as a snake, but the female character is also a protagonist and also a good person for the most part. So it's I wouldn't say it's directly, about moral ambiguity, but even someone that's good can act like a snake. And I'm not talking about like symbolically. I'm talking about physically, like literally act like a snake. The way she would, wiggle around, and she would like be so up close to a person. Like it's a violation of personal space. It's uncomfortable. And it's fucking hot. There are a lot of scenes where social media is mentioned, because I feel like social media is a very important part of this generation, and it needs to be more mentioned more. There are a few scenes where the camera just goes for a 360-degree spin, which is really cool. There is the Dutch angle where the entire camera sort of tilts, but that's in the last part, where the characters, they start to defy their own characters, and a very subtle but scary revelation happened, and it happens in a very dark room, and the camera's just bum bum bum. Anyways, long takes. There's an intense chase scene, cool lines of intense hiding scene, intense running scene, intense argument scene, intense breakdown scene where characters break down and cry. A lot of intense scenes, intense battles. There's an intense rant. There are time jumps, and time jumps, they're cool. Because whenever there's a time jump, you're like, oh my god, what the hell happened between the jump? And it's like, you feel like you've lost so much information during that time jump. It actually is sad. It's almost like you're missing something out, and it gives off a feeling of either, um, damn, like the situation is not good. Or second of all, if something bad happens before a time jump and then there's a time jump, you'd realize that this bad thing lingers on. There are scenes where all the sound just drops. Silence is gold. There are more montages, which is cool. There's another constant in the in my series where lights flash like this. It happens in a dream sequence, which is a really trippy, strange dream sequence with some sexual innuendos and violence and gore, but also like trippy lighthouse type montages. And in the dream sequence there are flashing lights, and then towards the end the flashing lights reappear, and it sort of symbolizes that in the dream sequence the main character almost foresaw the future, where he sees himself in a very sad, or should I say bittersweet position. There's a very intense brawl scene, which I save for the very end, because if I immediately put violence in the beginning of the story, then all the violence at the end, or of the rest of the story, is just not going to be as compelling as the first one. So I have to save the best for last. Creepy ending scenes where characters sort of fade into the dark, and the screen just not really dips to black, but sort of turns darker as a whole. Funny lines as well. I mean, I don't even though it's a very serious story, I don't shy away from comedic moments where maybe a person who's supposed to be more powerful says something and then nobody responds, and it's awkward and it's funny. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to throw a lot of these awesome ideas away, which is something that I absolutely hate, and I probably need to talk to someone in order to remake the story. But I realize this because there are so many character building moments where we see this small thing that this character does, and throughout time, once you collect all these small things, you would sort of build a character. And with a very short story, you can't do that. A character is a character. Everything's super straightforward and upfront and direct.